Yeah. What's poppin', YouTube? It's King Zai with another Just Different video for my Just Different people. As you can see today, we got a new look going on. I wanted to try this out. I want to see if we could get better traction to the page if I'm putting the information in your face and then talking about it instead of just being in your face. Because I really didn't want to just be in people's face, but that was the only way I really could do it. Because I got a phone. I could just record and just upload. Like, I wasn't trying to do the whole setting up all the extra other shit. Like, I just rather record when I feel inspired to record and then post. But we getting deep into the page now. We doing research and all. I did research on melanin. I kind of been doing research on melanin without even doing it because the metaphysicists that I listen to, like Bobby Hemmett and Dr. Phil Valentine and Dr. Delbert Blair, etc., shout out to all the guys. They usually just talk about the power of melanin and what it means and what it is, like, and what you can do, like what you're supposed to be able to do just having melanin in your body. So we gonna make this probably a series. I don't know, this is the first video. We gonna see how it go, but I want to just go deep into melanin because today we gonna kind of just go, like, we gonna just go over what you find if you just look the shit up. Like, I kind of just wanted to do the basic research for like average people, and then like, so let's go deeper on it after this. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off shallow and then we gonna go deep. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's still a lot of information, so we gotta do this in steps. We can't just jump all the way in. So let's get into it. What is melanin? If you ask the common person, they'll most likely give you this definition of like what is melanin. Melanin is the pigment that gives your skin its color. Up to a point, it will protect your skin from damage caused by the sun's UV rays by absorbing and dissipating the light energy. Yeah, basic definition of what people would tell you. I don't really got to talk about that. If you look up the definition of melanin in the Webster Dictionary, this is the definition you will find. I'm not going to read that for y'all because I feel like, yeah, I don't need to read that. Y'all already know about that. That's basic. That's common knowledge. But also, let me talk. Well, I could talk about it on here. Melanin comes from the ancient Greek word melanos, which means dark. This is what you find if you look up online, like stuff about melanin, right? So melanin comes from the ancient Greek word melanos, which means dark skin, basically. Okay. The IN at the end of melanin comes from, that's a Italian thing. They got that from the Italian people, added that on. So it was melanos at first, then white people start messing around with the Italian people, and then melanin, right? Melanin is said to have been discovered in, let me get some water. Melanin is said to have been discovered in 1840, but the first relatively detailed written description on skin pigmentation in mankind came from Herodotus in Greece, who described the darker skin of Persians, Ethiopians, and Indians in relation to Greeks. This is what you find if you look up online. I got this from an article, I believe. So if you look it up, they'll tell you, in America, they'll try to tell you that melanin was discovered in 1840, and I think it's like Sweden or some shit, or like, I think it was, yeah, I don't know where it was. It don't matter. Because the shit fake. That shit don't make sense. 1840, y'all gotta know, first of all, human civilization is, nigga, way older than 2022 years. Like, know that the calendar that we are on is some shit that is documented history that was created in time. Like, this calendar was created. This time, we are literally in a little fake time bubble. Like, people created this time that we are in, like this little space of time. So now it's worldwide. Now it's a collective time. So now it's like basically its own matrix. That's what we in the matrix. But that's a whole nother conversation. They trying to tell us that fucking melanin wasn't discovered until 1840. That shit don't make no sense. When we got ancestors that literally, you looking at the hieroglyph right now, they show the different levels of pigmentation in their art, or in their hieroglyphs. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's some bullshit. And then they talk about how the first, because Herodotus is Shout out to the dopest historian. She let me know. Herodotus is the first, what they try to say, the first world-renowned historian. I don't believe that. I believe we go look in the real, like, Egyptian shit, we'll find, like, historians. We'll find people that was, like, keeping track of the shit that was going on. Like, that's how we know about the other empires and shit. But that's a whole nother thing. They swear this white man is the first historian in history. And he said, in Greece, he described the darker skin of Persians, Ethiopians, and Indians in relation to the Greeks. So they was already talking about, like, what is this shit that is, like, make people's skin darker than others? Like, basically melanin. Melanin is the reason why sliced apples, ripe bananas, and pears become brown over time. So really any fruit, for the most part, when you see a fruit, when a fruit is getting ripe, that's the melanin in it. Like, that's the because melanin is chlorophyll, basically. So melanin gives its color to everything, right? So the same way melanin is the reason that me or you would be black, or what you would say brown, actually, is the same thing that makes trees have green leaves and apples have green skin and bananas have yellow skin. You know what I mean? My bad. Melanin causes scabs to turn into a dark brown or black when healing. So when you get cut and you get a scab, that's melanin that make that scab and start healing. Like, or really, because it's not, the scab is not really the healing part. The scab is covering and protecting the wound as the wound heals underneath. So they'll understand that melanin is a form of protection. We gonna get deep into this melanin shit. I'm telling you, we here to talk. We here to learn. Melanin protects you, my boy. Cause I'm gonna tell you later, there's some other shit on here too. I got it in my notes. Just know we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. So, if you ask a common person, it is common for people to think that melanin gives us color in our skin, hair, and eyes. Right? Research shows that melanin is found in our hearts, livers, nerves, muscles, intestines, in 12 locations in our brain. Traces of melanin can also be found in our blood, hormones, and cerebral spinal fluid. My bad shit, tongue twister. Melanin is viewed as, okay, hold on, let me expound on that. Research shows that melanin is found in our hearts, livers, nerves, muscles, intestines, in 12 locations in our brain. The traces of melanin can also be found in our blood, hormones, and cerebral spinal fluid. So basically, from what we know, nigga, it's melanin all over. It's melanin everywhere. It's just traces of this complex and, like, not fully understood component all over the universe. But we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into that. I'm just trying to let you know, but it's within your body as well. It's inside of you. Melanin is viewed as the giver of life, found present in both the sperm and egg, while also supervising. You gotta listen to the terminology. This is what I found online. This shit I'm looking up. Like, the sperm and the egg, while also supervising. So melanin is found present in both the sperm and the egg. So, nigga, melanin is living everywhere, right? So melanin is inside the sperm and the egg to start creating the baby, right? And it also supervises, watches over, basically manage, nigga, your manager at work, nigga, you know how that nigga watch over you, make sure you doing your job, make sure you good, like, nigga, make sure you got any problems, nigga, you go talk to your manager. Like, yeah, if you gotta go home early, nigga, you go talk to your manager. Your fucking melanin is supervising the growth of the developing fetus, watching over you as a child, nigga, as you are being created within your mother. Your melanin is watching over you to make sure that you good, protecting you. This is science, bro. This is what they done found out about melanin. The brain and spinal cord is created from melanated cells within the growing embryo. So when you a little baby, bro, and you forming, nigga, it's melanin watching over you, and it's melanin inside of you creating the most important parts of you. If you ain't have no brain and spinal cord, nigga, what are you? Think about that. Just think about that. Okay. I went and found this article online. I lost the website. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna find it though. But it's okay. I'm going to give y'all the information and we're going to find that later. The second annual conference of melanin, right? There was a second annual conference of melanin researchers that got together from April 15th to the 17th in 1988, where a dozen African American scholars met in New York City to discuss the scientific, historical, psychological, and physiological aspects of melanin. So I'm about to read y'all the notes from when these scholars, these African American scholars, got together to talk about how important melanin is, right? And they brought the facts and shit that they know, as you know what I'm saying, from the research and shit that they did. So we finna get into it. Give me a second. I hope y'all fucking with this because I feel like this is a good video. Melanin is the most, this they notes, melanin is the most important, most complex, and most perfect molecule in the human body. Let me read that again. Melanin is the most important, most complex, and most perfect molecule in the human body. So without melanin, you wouldn't be able to live. Everybody has melanin. Even white people got melanin. They just got lower traces of melanin. But I don't know. I ain't really writing no notes on like white people and melanin because I don't really care that much. Every person on earth has varying amounts of melanin in their body. Basically, that's my notes for that. We supposed to really be on this slide. I mean, on the next slide, but yeah, we gonna be right here. The first people to inhabit the earth were Africans with dark black skin who lived on the equator. The melanin protected them from the harshness of the sun. So we know that all life originated right here in Africa, right? You got to know about the Pangea shit. Everything was connected. So if you could just take everything and just smush it into Africa, that's how life was at first. And so the life was created in Africa along the equator. And so to live where life was created, you had to have melanin because that's the origin of life. Melanin, life is created from melanin. A melanin hormone is, this is from Nate Notes. A melanin hormone is secreted in the African brain, which is the essence of what we call soul. So melanin is basically your soul. You wouldn't have a soul without the melanin in you. The more melanin in the skin, the darker it is, and the lesser it ages from sunlight exposure. So the darker you are, the better you are at resisting the aging effects that the sun has on skin. Because you got to know the sun is radiation. Yo, melanin has the ability to absorb or basically deflect that. Absorb it. I would say absorb the melanin. I mean, absorb the radiation from the sun. My bad. Oh, there's a lot of talking. Shit. It has the ability to absorb the sunlight. I mean, the radiation from the sunlight, right? And so the more melanin that you have, the better chances you have of being old looking young. Let's say that. And then, so this is the research. It has been shown that both herpes and AIDS virus are activated by ultraviolet light. So if you have herpes or if you have AIDS, right, and you have low amounts of melanin in your body, you going out into the sunlight would activate or make you deal with the symptoms of whatever you dealing with. Whatever, AIDS or herpes, whatever you have, on a higher level than you would be if you just wasn't outside. You could have been inside not dealing with your fucking herpes symptoms today, but you went outside, so now you got a bump on your lip because the sun out. Like that's basically what they saying. Like, but if you melanated, then you could go outside, nigga, and just not have that. Like, so I mean, I don't know if that's a gift or a curse because I guess niggas want to know you out here herpes up, but that's we not talking about that right now. Melanin has been found in the oceans, the soil, and our food. Melanin is present in the clouds and the stars. It has even been discovered on the surface of Halley's Comet. This is basically the only comet that we can see with the human eye. From when I looked it up, this is the only comet we can see with the human eye in our lifetime. It come around every 75 years. So we should, if you live 75 years, I mean, yeah, you should be able to see it somewhere, sometime in your life. And so melanin, they found traces of melanin on the comet. So what's in your skin, what's in your body, what makes you live is literally traveling this whole galaxy. Is everywhere. And it's in this whole, it's on the whole planet, it's in the whole planet, it's everywhere. So just know that you are a part of all of this. You are a part of nature. That's why we got to stop disconnecting ourselves from nature so much. Melanin is influenced by the electromagnetic field of the earth. These are notes from they conference. We witness the power of melanin in sports, entertainment, and even learning. In addition to the physical attributes melanin has on the body, research shows a definite relationship between melanin and spiritual awareness. So this at the conference, they talk about how, we see how melanin, we see it in, so that's why black people do like so good in a lot of shit. Or not even just black people, but melanated people of color. Ain't that what y'all be saying now? So people of color, the reason that we excel in everything we do is because melanin in us is like it's a part of the consciousness of it's like a part of the consciousness of the universe. Like it's like a supercomputer. It take everything in and like calculate it on a high level to where like you don't really have to calculate it. It calculate it for itself. When say you start training, say you start doing like, I don't know what kind of training I should say. I say basketball training because I play basketball, but that's, I don't know, cliche. But say you started training for, let's say a marathon. You start running a lot. At a certain point, your legs gonna really be running for you. You don't think about this while you're running, but like, I mean, if you've been running for a long time, you know about it. Like you did it before, like, oh shit, like I'm not really making myself run no more. Like I'm kind of the observer of this. And that's what melanin is. It's like, it's the ability to learn and adapt and like do it at a high level. And that's why we are on the level that we are in so many things. Historians, okay, but now we finna get into the relationship between melanin and spiritual awareness, because this is what make us talk about God and stuff so much and try to figure out the laws of the universe, and this is why we so into what we into. Historians Chancellor Williams and John Henrik Clarke have both stated that the African had a belief in the universality of God and all people. What made them believe this? Melatonin can be described as a mentally or morally stimulating hormone produced by the pineal gland, allowing an individual to experience higher levels of spiritual awareness. Okay, so let me figure out how exactly I want to talk about this. Historians Chancellor Williams and John Henrik Clarke have both stated that the African had a belief in universality of God and all people. Okay, so you got to know that that's why the black man got colonized by the white man, because they seen God in all people, because of their spiritual awareness, because of the melanin in their skin. This is why the white man is able to rape, pillage, and murder all over the world with no remorse, because they don't have any spiritual awareness. They don't care. They don't feel like they're connected to everything that is living. They feel disconnected. The black man feels connected to all, so he believes that God is within everything. I'm talking about in the original times, in the beginning of times. The black man felt that God is connected to everything and God is within everything. So he trusted the white man. The white man felt like shit. It's me or you and everything. Like it's survival of the fittest. That's why and so the black man trusts the white man. The black man lost everything. Damn. Okay. So melatonin can be described as a mentally or morally stimulating hormone produced by the pineal gland, allowing an individual to experience higher levels of spiritual awareness. Scientific research shows that 85% of people with high concentrations of melanin in their skin produce melatonin, while only 15% of people lacking melanin can produce melatonin. The reason for this indifference in melatonin production is because the pineal gland is found to be calcified and non-functioning in people lacking melanin in their skin. So melatonin is the chemical that's in your brain that make it so you can connect to the spirit world. And only 85% of melanated people have this. So that means a lot of people out here, well, not a lot, but I mean everybody not tapped in spiritually. Everybody not walking around connected to their soul. So I mean, take that as you will, but you know we talk about bots all the time. That mean, nigga, it's bots out here. That's how I look at it. And that mean that only 15% of non-melanated people, or not even, it don't even say non-melanated, it say 15% of people lacking melanin can produce melatonin. Only 15% of people lacking melanin. So just if you don't have a lot of melanin in your body, like, but that's saying it's everything not definite. There is people that don't have melanin in their body, or have a lack of melanin in their body that is connected to the spiritual realm and has melatonin. I'm not saying that everybody that lack melanin don't have melatonin and isn't connected to the spirit realm. I'm just saying it's a lot of fucking bots. If you look at the stats, it's a lot of bots. Only 15% of people lacking melanin can produce melatonin. Okay. And their pineal gland is found to be calcified, so they completely can't even tap into their mental space. That mean they can't self-think. They can't think for like that little voice you got in your head that think about shit all the time and talk to you and talk about shit. Like, just imagine not being able to do that. Just living life. You don't think internally. I don't even understand. I can't really wrap my mind around what that would be. So you just like completely silent on the inside. They say that's peace. I can see that being peace. I can see that being peace. The types of melanin. You got eumelanin, most common. You got two types, brown and black, right? Eumelanin is the most common type of melanin. I think that's the melanin that's in your skin and I think in your brain. I don't know where these types of melanin are. We not doing that deeper research today. Pheomelanin, neuromelanin, allomelanin, and pyomelanin. Melanocytes create melanin in the skin. Okay. I think I wrote notes on this. Yeah, skin cells called melanocytes create melanin. Everyone has the same number of melanocytes, but some people make more melanin than others. So everybody got melanocytes, but yeah, your melanocytes produce melanin on different levels. This is when I come back and do another video on melanin. I most likely will I will be coming back and doing notes on this book. So if you get the chance, go read this book. It's not really that long. I think it's like 500 pages. Dark Light Consciousness, Melanin, Serpent Power, and the Luminous Matrix of Reality by Dr. Edward Bruce Bynum. We're going to get deep into this spirituality shit. I don't really think I like this video. It might have been a little ranty. But I don't know. I feel like I gave y'all information. It's okay. This trial and error. We just trying new things. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave comments. Let me know if you did like it. If you didn't like it, let me know if there's some things I should change. This is a lot to sit here and just talk and try to do all this shit at once. And I be working and so I tried to prepare this as best as I could. I'm going to do some more stuff. It's hard. I'm trying. Shit, if you got topics you want me to talk on, let me know. But we going to just keep on pushing. We going to keep on going. Thank y'all for tapping in. I love you all. Stay up, don't fall down. If you do, get back up.